on from that, this is from, slightly moving on. It says, I'm expecting Caicedo to run the game versus us now. What's your gut telling you this weekend, Sam, about Chelsea hosting Arsenal at Stamford Bridge?
Chelsea, I think, are probably I would say they're more like favorites to win the game because they're at home. If this was the Emirates, it would be different, but Chelsea are more likely to win the game at home, in my opinion. But this game is going to give you the result that no one wants, which is a draw. But I feel like this game has draw written all over it, like 1-1, 2-2. I think you look at Chelsea coming off the win against Barcelona, they'll be feeling very confident about themselves. We'll see what Arsenal do against Bayern today. Arsenal will come to Stamford Bridge, and I think a draw for them is a good result because this is people are making it a conversation like about Chelsea fans. I think it's more of a conversation about like Arsenal fans, if anything. You know, the ones that like can't wait for Arsenal to lose a game, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, blah 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 blah. For me, I think if Arsenal get a draw away at Stamford Bridge, it's a good result. You go away to your title rivals, you get 1 point, good result. So the onus is on Chelsea to win, specifically after what they just did to Barcelona. That gives the fans more belief, that gives the players more belief that they can win. And if Chelsea win against, because here's the thing people need to understand, City are playing Leeds this weekend, so City are winning. Everyone just cut the crap. City playing Leeds at home, City winning. So if Chelsea beat Arsenal and they go within 3 points, is it 3 points of them, right?
Yep.
3 points of them.
City will be 4 and Chelsea will be 3, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So if Chelsea win and they go within 3 points of Arsenal, that's another message that they're sending loud and clear to the rest of the Premier League that they're here to challenge for the title. But they need all these players to turn up. You know, they need, these players that turned up against Barcelona need to turn up against Arsenal. And Chelsea are very good in the big games. That's the one thing. Chelsea are very good in the big games. The thing that goes against them is set pieces. Because Chelsea actually are not good at defending set pieces. Meanwhile, Arsenal, one of the weapons they have is set pieces, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think Chelsea should be good. And if I was Enzo Maresca, actually, I wouldn't start Cole Palmer. I wouldn't upset the thing that I have right now. Let Cole Palmer ease his way in. Bring Cole Palmer on like in the last 30 minutes if you're 1-0 down or some shit. But I think they have the players needed to employ a very smart, like tactical, basically, plan to try to stop Arsenal.
Can I tell you one thing? I actually agree. We and Sam spoke about this yesterday. I think Chelsea need to demand a win. If you talk about yourself like that, if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm just going to act like I'm a Chelsea fan. If I talk about my club like this and I talk about my manager winning trophies and he's better than this, he's better than that. If I talk about my players and I'm convinced that my players are better, aka Don, and my players, especially the starting 11, are better than Arsenal starting 11, and we're not playing in a neutral ground, they're coming to my ground, I should demand my team to win. Predictions is different. We can do the predictions, but in terms of pressure and demand, Chelsea fans should demand a win from their team. And anything but a win is a failure. If you call yourself a big club, and by the way, Chelsea have won 9 out of the last 11 games. Arsenal currently have won 9 out of the last 10 games. They still play the game against Bayern Munich now. Chelsea, on paper, might not be better than Arsenal, but Arsenal are going to their ground. So I'm expecting Chelsea to win this game. Genuinely. Prediction-wise, I'm predicting a draw because I think Arsenal structurally are very good. And Chelsea kind of struggled a little bit against good structured teams in terms of breaking down teams that defend well. They kind of struggled. So I think I'm expecting Chelsea a little bit to struggle unless there is a individual brilliance from an Esteban. But if Chelsea win this game, if people like Hussam and others as well talk about Chelsea being title rivals and Chelsea win, you must believe that Chelsea can win the title then. Otherwise, there's no pressure on Arsenal.
Yes.
There's no pressure. Because people still think that there is zero pressure on Chelsea to win the title this season. Zero pressure. They say it's a free run.
I agree that zero pressure. But you ask, can they? They can.
I'm not sure if they can win the title. I'm still not sure that Chelsea can be consistent enough to win the title. I think it would be a disaster for Arsenal if Chelsea win the title this season. And I think everyone would be questioned, actually. I'm City are not consistent enough. I think if Arsenal get a point, I agree.
Let's say
Like,
Arsenal fall off. Who'll win the league?
City. City.
You just said City aren't consistent enough.
And Chelsea aren't.
Hey.
And you and by the way, that notion that Enzo Maresca is good in big games. He didn't win against Arsenal last season. He lost both games against City. He won against Liverpool that already won the title. He played very good against Barcelona. He lost against Bayern Munich. And he shot the bed against Man United with 10 men when he got a red card. It's still questionable. It depends on how you play against Enzo Maresca. For example, if you notice, guys, against Barcelona, they gave him the platform to play his good game with diagonal balls and long ones and behind the line. PSG the same. Against Arsenal, it won't be that easy. You won't be able to play that long ball. Arsenal are the team that goes back to be structured very well. So this is a big test for him at Stamford Bridge. If Enzo Maresca does good against Arsenal and actually beat Arsenal in terms of like structure and be very well, we can talk about a title challenge then. We can talk about it. And tell the people on X to actually come to YouTube.
Yeah.
Some of those on
Look,
X.
I look at it this way. I felt Chelsea. It all depends on what you consider the title race to be. Because the race for me starts from week one. The run-in, the home straight, as you would call it, happens in that last 5 to 10 games. Some people don't consider the title race on until the home straight. But for me, let's look at it. It's not a marathon. It's more of a middle distance race. It's like 10,000 meters. I can't remember how many laps that is of a track, but that's going to be 10, 15 odd laps, whatever it is. If you get into the last 2 or 3 laps, but you've already been lapped twice by Mo Farah, you ain't winning the damn gold medal because you're too far behind. You've got to be in and around him. And all I think this means if Chelsea win is, one, they're a much better team than people are giving them credit for. I think they're going to maintain a decent points gap with Arsenal until that last 10 games. But I haven't changed my mind about what I said last week when we were talking to Don. I still think Arsenal at this point may finish the season 9+ points ahead of them. But I don't think that's as bad as it sounds when you say it out loud. I don't think it'll be 9. Especially if they win this game, I think by the end of the season, it'll be 3 points now. By the end of the season, it could be less than I predict. Still think Arsenal are that little bit better than them from a consistency point of view. The centre-backs, I know that Don will go, but hang on a minute, you argue with me. We didn't argue with you that the centre-backs weren't an issue. We were just arguing, Don, that you say that you're this close to Arsenal, but yet your expectations are much bigger, which doesn't make sense. But winning this, the one thing that that I would have to look at, and it isn't, I wouldn't be given a conclusion on Sunday, is could a win over Arsenal at this point give the team more confidence and more belief? Could that extra belief and confidence kick them into another level and into another gear that maybe even Chelsea fans, because the Chelsea guys in our group chat, Doobs as a point of view, he was like, I actually can't believe how good we looked. There are some Chelsea fans that don't believe they can be in a title race. Maybe a win changes how people feel, the attitude, the atmosphere. I'm so excited about the game either way. The other side of it, if Arsenal win, which they are capable of doing, I look at it then and go,
it's done.
It feels it would be 7 points over City. If they win the weekend, it's a guarantee of 7 points over City. It's 9 points over Chelsea, and it's a minimum 11 points over Liverpool. And from my perspective, if Chelsea can be beat by Arsenal at home, I still think Chelsea will lose games this season. I know City will lose games this season. Liverpool are going to lose games this season. Arsenal could probably go on from this point to the end of the season, lose 4 games, and still have a numerical advantage over those teams because they're going to drop points as well. It feels like it could be done. Not as a rate, they've still got to maintain their professionalism and work their backside off and play well in games. But if they can do that, Arsenal, what a cushion they would have this weekend if they were able to win. It would be, for them, absolutely amazing. But that's why I like this. There's so much on this game. Chelsea propelling themselves from a belief perspective. Arsenal getting clear of everybody at that stage. It's an amazing spectacle. I can't wait. Let's do some super chats here. This one says, what does demand a win mean? What's the ultimatum? There's less pressure because it's a young team and manager. We still expect them to win.
Mo, this is to you.
Demand a win mean? What is the ultimatum? Okay, demand a win means you should expect your team to win the game. What is that? How is it so hard to understand this? Because it's a young team and a manager. So you're not expecting them to win against Arsenal at home. So you don't have chest now, Ralph. So because I said demand the win, you don't have chest. That's kind of strange. You big up your team and you're like, Mo, what do you say about Maresca now? Then I'm putting pressure on you, on your club to win at Stamford Bridge against a team that is only 6 points ahead of you and you're backing down. Demand the win means you should be expecting your team to win. And if you don't win, you would say that it's 2 points dropped for us. What? It's very simple, bro. This is my response to you. There is less pressure. You think there is more pressure on Arsenal to win the game at your own ground. That means, Ralph, you think there are levels between you and Arsenal. You think City think like that. You think even Man United, if Arsenal go to their ground. I said that the other day. Terry, because he's Man United, he's expecting any big team coming to his ground. He's expecting his team to actually win. He's demanding a win from his team. And so let alone being second in the Premier League with 6 points behind Arsenal. What is this? What is this, bro?
So I was just putting a timestamp in there. Heard all this crap last week. What if Spurs win and City win? Blah, blah, blah. I am supposed to be worried about Chelsea when we haven't lost there since the days of Bellerin, Mustafi and Koscielny and other bums.
Oh, God.
And that's the whole point. So Chelsea, we think the Chelsea team is good enough. We speak about Caicedo, Estevao, Cole Palmer, Fofana now is fit, Correa, Reece James, Malo Gusto. They're coming to your ground, so I'm expecting Chelsea to win. If Arsenal get a point, they should be happy. If Arsenal get a point in this, it's great. You know, I'm going to tell you something about this, right? If we consider Chelsea title rivals, going to your title rivals' ground in the first round of the league and getting a point is very good. Because they still have to come to you. So you gained 2 points on them. Because you made them drop 2 points at their home ground. Because they're coming to you at the end. So it's 2 points gained for Arsenal.
Interestingly, yeah. Listen, I get Arsenal fans being confident. It's what I love about the game. I think Chelsea have the capability of beating this Arsenal team. They absolutely do have the capabilities. But Arsenal can also go there and beat them. And the reason maybe I'm so excited about this is maybe me looking at my own club and going, I don't remember the last time I went into a game against another big team away from home and went, I feel really confident of winning there. And I don't get to do that with my own team. And I'm looking at this. Arsenal can go there and win. It's not a weird prediction. Chelsea beating Arsenal is not a weird prediction. It's a hard one to predict. Why a lot of people are going to go with a draw because it's hard to look at. But I do think that when people are talking about if City win, if Spurs win, this isn't one thing I will say. Chelsea winning doesn't stop Arsenal winning the league. I don't think a Chelsea win. I don't even think a Chelsea 3-0 win, right? I'll give you an example. I don't think that means, Arsenal don't look like they can win the league. That's crazy talk. I saw City become Centurions after throwing away a 2-0 lead to Man United at the Etihad. So you can lose games and still become champions. This happens. It's kind of normal. I just feel that the win for Chelsea, I think, can help propel them from a confidence level, keep them in this race for longer, help their players grow, mature, go to another level. I think that's a Chelsea conversation rather than an Arsenal one. And there is a compliment in there to Arsenal, which is beating a team like Arsenal, who have been so much better in the last few years. Things like that help to galvanize a team that you can clearly see is growing. There's no doubt about that. I don't buy into the bullshit that if Arsenal lose, it's, they're going to collapse and throw their whole season away. We heard that after they drew with Sunderland, and that isn't what happened. But from an Arsenal point of view, win it, and it's going to be very, very hard to stop them. How do you boys think they're going to get on tonight against Bayern Munich?
I think Arsenal are going to beat Bayern Munich.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Arsenal should beat Bayern Munich, to be honest today. Send a message that they are the favorites for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Arsenal,
what?